Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I'm pretty sure I am streaming. YouTube is a little funny. Well, it's not YouTube really, it's OBS. OBS is a little funny. It seems like I'm streaming. So what I do here is I will spin the wheel and that will tell me which cartoon to draw from my memory. I do not have a mind's eye, so drawing from memory is a little complicated for me, but it is very fun. I'm just trying to get the scene projector. Here we go. So I can see what's going on the stream. Okay, it looks like I'm here. Looks like everyone can see me. Okay. Let me, window is on top. All right, so everyone can see the wheel. If you have any suggestions, I also will put suggestions into the wheel so that like maybe a cartoon you like that I've seen or I don't remember, I'll put it into the wheel and it can come up. Somebody put one into the wheel I think last week and came up like in the next spin. It was pretty crazy. And now I'm just trying to make sure that I'm actually live because sometimes I've had this happen where I was not actually live and that stinks. So all right, looks like all right, looks like I'm live. Okay, then let's get started. We will spin the wheel in just a minute. Once we spin the wheel, we will figure out what cartoon to draw. I always get nervous at this part. It's so silly because I don't know which I don't remember what these cartoons look like. That's the whole point of this exercise. So then there's some like I kind of remember. Okay, so yeah. So I'm gonna draw, and I'm gonna draw one of these cartoons on the wheel. Oh, awesome. Yeah, we're gonna draw real soon. I don't remember what cartoons look like because I have aphantasia, which means I don't have a mind's eye. And so I have to remember these cartoons through like other methods. So like sometimes I remember like what they're supposed to look like, or I figure it out as I go along. Um, so we'll spin the wheel in just a minute. I'm just trying to get all settled in, make sure, hold on, make sure I'm actually on camera. It sounds like you can hear me. So let's spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel and see what we get. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to spin the wheel. If we have any recommendations, we will put those on to the wheel. We can, oh, Arthur. Okay, I will take him off. Arthur the Aardvark, right? From, oh, not technical difficulties. We should have my, oh man. Arthur the Aardvark from the PBS show. I don't know why my Photoshop is not showing up. This has never happened before. This has never happened to me before. Here, it should be fixed in 1 second. There it is. Yes, we'll find out together. It is hard for me to remember, like I said, what these cartoons look like. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to go with a sketch first, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to do a sketch first. Let me bring my opacity down a little bit. Give myself a little pencil-like. Okay, so I find if I just jump in, they're definitely bad. So Arthur, I just drew Arthur's sister last week when I was doing this. So I remember that Arthur's head is sort of like an egg. And then he has like little round ears and some sort of eyes. Okay. And then my guess is his nose is like here-ish. So the only thing I know about Arthur is that meme, right? Where he has his like, he has a collared shirt, I think, and then his arm comes down and it's like in that fist. So because that's what I know, that's what I'll draw. So little meme fist. You think he has 3 fingers or 4 like a 3 fingers like a cartoon, or 4 fingers and a thumb like a regular person? Let's say he has 4 and a thumb. Okay. It should have been bent a little, so I'll just bend that up. Okay. I think this is looking okay. So I'll get some erasing in here. Oh, thanks, Carl. Thank you. It's a start anyway. Okay. He has like a back. I guess I guess his shirt is like a polo shirt, so it won't have like a front. I draw animals on stream usually, and I have a, ooh, that's freaky. And I have like a what's it called? A reference. So doing it without a reference is hard, especially because a lot of people know exactly what these guys look like. Oh, thank you guys, so kind. I'm gonna erase this hand, didn't look quite right. There we go, that's a little bit better. And then I think this is pretty good. I don't know. I might move this arm and shoulder. It's just looking a little strange. I'll do that. It'll be his shoulder. His arm will come back a bit. He'll come forward a bit. He'll have like this collar will be up here. Yeah, here we go. And now this will be his fist. That's much better for me. Oh, really? I've not seen it in a long time. I used to babysit, and sometimes it would be on. Okay, here we go. That's a much better Arthur fist. He's like shrugging. That doesn't have to be what's happening. Okay. We'll give him a couple of buttons. We'll give him a collar. I think it's time to do color. I don't think this is great, but I don't think I'm gonna get much better on him either, because I just don't know what he looks like. So it's probably worth like just getting some color on him, making him look a little bit more like himself. Really, yeah, it's an old show. It ran for a very long time, and it just stopped. Rulkis. It just stopped after like I think 20 years or something. It's in the vein of like Mr. Rogers or I can't think of another one. Richard Scarry? No, that's a book, I think. Okay, this is actually coming together much better than I thought. After I do a little color on this guy, yeah, yeah, like Simpsons, but for little kids. It's not an adult show. All right, I'm going to do some actual what would be inking if this was real life, but since this is a... Oh, hey, Elstefan. In sap. Okay, here we go. Let's get some outlines on this guy. I assume the inside of his ear has another color, so we'll set that up. I'm going to give him a little like hair texture there. Same with that. That ear's behind, so we'll do the head in front of it. This one will come in to meet the eye and then back out for this like crazy nose thing he's got going on. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm drawing Arthur. This, I think I might be relatively accurate, but only because I drew Arthur's sister last week. Yeah, it's funny because I don't have a visual imagination or I can't picture things in my mind at all. I like have to rely on like things I tell myself about the characters. Yeah, there's a wheel with names. I can show it to you in a second. I should be able to just pop it up. Yep, so there's this wheel, it has names. Oh, DW, I did that one last week, so that shouldn't have been there. There we go. There we go. So that's the wheel that has names, and I will spin that in a little bit after I finish doing this guy. I'm almost done with him. I'm excited to look him up and see what he looks like in real life because I want to know how close I got. You know, not in real life, he's a cartoon, but you get my drift. There's his collar. We'll do his back arm. We'll have it come out a little bit. I think I did something funny with the what is it called? I can't think of the word. Like, it's blocked off weird. Occlusion, I think, is what I was thinking of. That's not a great word to use right now. Okay, here we go. We'll do the fist. This is the famous Arthur meme fist. I'm sure I will not do this justice. That's not terrible, not terrible. Okay, we'll finish this shirt. It's a little, there we go. I think his shirt is probably striped, but we can deal with that when we do the color. Okay, I think it's time for the color. Oh yeah, what is my favorite cartoon? Ah, yeah, I really love those old cartoons. I was watching, because I do a lot of research on different cartoons and stuff to try to become a better illustrator. And I was researching like famous cartoonists. Futurama is very good. I didn't know, like statistically, Futurama has the most educated writer's room of all time, which like crazy. Okay, I'm gonna get a coloring pencil with just a little bit of texture in it. And we're gonna start coloring now. I'm gonna do the pink of his ears. Okay, I'm gonna do his nose pink. I don't know what color his nose is. I'm gonna do his shirt green and blue striped. I don't know if that's actually the colors, but that's the vibe I get from this kind of kid. He's the kind of kid who would wear a green and blue striped shirt. Oh yeah, it's if this was like an adult cartoon, not an adult cartoon, like not a cartoon for kids, or if it was an original character, 100% I would add something in his hands, just to give myself like a little bit of cover for doing the hands so poorly. But because this is a kid's cartoon and kids might be watching or might want to watch, I won't do a lighter, uh, just in general. I'm gonna give this a second color layer so I can erase and have some pretty clean lines when I come back with the blue. Oh yeah, Arthur is talking to the audience. That's good. There we go. Okay. I shouldn't have done this textured, but I did, so we'll just keep going. This textured brush is making it much more work, but that's okay. It does look better, so okay. I hope his shirt is green and blue striped. That would be a real coup for me. Hello Kitty is good. I've never watched Hello Kitty, but I like the character. Like um for practice exactly. And also like for thinking about it because yeah, yeah. That is true. I will I will work on that. The mods. I think that's smart, good advice. I appreciate that. But like Hello Kitty, I had seen Hello Kitty. I had worked at a toy store, so I used to stock Hello Kitty like purses and toys and all sorts of stuff like pretty regularly. And then I went to draw Hello Kitty, and she doesn't have a mouth. And like I never could have told you that in a million years. Now I can because I know it. But like it's really interesting how we just sort of assume there's a mouth there. Oh, there we go. We'll do the collar also blue. Yeah. Mm, there we go. This looks like such an Arthur shirt. Just his personality. I don't know. Okay, now I wish I still had the ones from last week. I don't. But we will try for this color for Arthur's uh, fur. So Arthur's an aardvark, which is weird. He in the original season, he had like he sort of looked like he had an elephant nose. It's crazy. Yeah, that's a pretty good Arthur color. We will come in and do the ear balls, ear holes. There we go. Let's get his eyes back, his nose back. We'll do his mouth later. I guess his shirt is, he's, yeah, like that. This little hand. We'll do some shading on the hand. I think that'll really help sell it. Just a little bit of, there we go. Hands. I am so bad at hands. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Rolkis. All right, now what color should we do as pants? It doesn't really matter. I think this is like the heart of the character. So we could do like orange or green. Let's do, we already have green and blue. Yeah, let's do orange. Color pants do cartoons wear? I think orange is a good. a good guess. Yeah, I think that's why I thought of it, because I didn't really draw his legs. I kind of cheated. This is how you're meant to view this illustration, just from the waist up. All right. Yeah. Yeah, good color theory. Okay, let's do just his mouth. We'll make his mouth a little bit like a little red, a little dark. All right. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. He's on like a pillar of flame for some reason. I don't know what happened. He's Rocket Arthur. Psh, he's blasting off again. Yeah, that's true. No, that's like his open mouth. Most cartoon characters don't have lips, unless they're women. I think it makes them like it becomes too stylized. All right, should we should we look? Let's look. Oh, really? There's something I forgot about Arthur. Can't think of it. I guess I'm gonna have to find out in a moment. Here we go. Here we search Arthur cartoon. Oh my gosh. He wears glasses. How did I ever forget? I'm trying to find where we can see his whole head. There we go. Wait, this is somebody else's sketch. I want an original Arthur. Here we go. This has been, it looks like AI upscaled. It has. That's fine. We know. Oh, here we go. This is him. Regular. Let me copy this image. Bring it over here. Oh, pretty close. So he doesn't have a pink nose. Let me, I got them next to each other. Almost. Almost. So he doesn't have a pink nose. That's okay. He just, just has dots for nose. Why did that get so light? All right. Okay, I think we can add the glasses, and I think we can bring his skin color, his fur color up. He did have a collar. He is not wearing this shirt. Let's lighten. Okay, Rolka, see you in a bit. We will get his fur color a little bit more correct. That feels right. And we can add the glasses, and then that's pretty close. We did pretty good. There we go. Oh man, so that his eyes are so different with the glasses. Oh, thank you, Elstefan. I love when cartoon characters have their ears like way up here, but their glasses still like go as if they had human ears. Because I draw things and I really try to think about them logically, it's always like, how would these stay on? Oh man, I also love, I didn't notice this before, but let me find a good pen, black pen. Yeah, here we go. He has like an eyebrow. Oh, just one. We can take his nose. Oh, good night, Rolkis. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, yeah, yeah. We have to erase the pink. which is here, I think. There we go. Okay, all right. Just does not want to work. That's okay. It's not really worth doing a whole thing over. I'm still doing it, I guess. There we go. It's pretty close. It's all freezing. Yeah, let's see what's next on the wheel. This is pretty good, Arthur. We'll close him up in a second. Hold on for one moment. It's time for the wheel. Let's spin the wheel, baby. Ooh. Anyone have any suggestions before we spin the wheel? Okay, here we go. Round and round it goes. Oh. Round and round it goes. Ooh, yeah, I'll put Cynthia, Angelica's doll, on there. Cynthia. I'll put, not Muppet Babies, not Tommy Pickles. Rugrats. I'll put Rugrats on there. All right. I did. Filbert. Oh, is he on there? Do you see him? Oh, man. Yeah, something happened and none of my changes from last week were saved. Okay. Took them off. Here we go. Oh, I need to restart my drawing program. It is frozen dozen. So I'm going to do that while I spin the wheel. Let's spin it. Ooh, Taz. I have no idea what he looks like at all. I have to open up my task manager. I hope this doesn't interrupt the... All right. It doesn't look like my... Okay. Here goes. Time to draw Taz. I just have to make sure the window gets brought back again into the stream. It should. Because it should be just by, well, we'll see. 17, 11, RGB color, fine. Okay, let's go. We'll get a white background. Oh, okay, they came back. That's great. Save, yep, that's fine. I don't get out of here. Okay. Properties, gotta choose the one that we're on. Here it is. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that yet, but it is back. Tasmanian Devil. Gosh darn it, technical difficulties. Nope, okay, it's back. I've only streamed maybe 6 times with it's OBS I use, so I'm still getting used to it. It's usually fine, but when things go wrong, it can uh, it can cause me a little trouble. Okay, here we go. We'll hide Arthur. We're done with you. Thank you very much for your service. Time for Tasmanian Devil. So my experience with Taz is going to mostly be from, what's the one with the little kids? Tiny Toons, Tiny Toons Adventures. Okay. And I don't know if that's, I think it's actually Taz, right? Most of the other characters are like not actually the character. But I think Taz is actually Taz. He's just like young Taz. So, I mean, what I remember most, and I think what most people who know Taz will remember most, is like a sort of whirlwind, sometimes with like a hand coming out, an ear here or there. So I'm gonna just do that quick, and then we'll do another one. So this type of whirlwind, we'll do brown for the Taz. Some of this will get covered up, but that'll be the color he spins. And then we'll add some gray for the like cloud. We'll put that right over top. So it sort of like occludes it, hides it. We'll do some light blue because I feel like that's, if you're gonna do a cartoon, and oh, too light, too bright, not really too light. There we go. We want it more closer to white. There we are. This is looking pretty good. I think it feels like it's spinning. You know what? We'll pull it all from one side. Some brightness and some uh, texture from one side like this. Let me grab that brown again. Get some of that in here. All from like, yeah, if we can get it all from this one side, it'll help the illusion that it's spinning. And then we'll grab it from this side a little bit thicker. Oh, we'll do that gray. We'll do a little bit darker gray. Too dark. We'll lighten that up a little. Uh, sure, there we go. We don't, there. We'll just get some edges on the tornado here. Just get that light blue back, get this opposite edge. Okay, I'm believing this is a tornado. And what we'll do is we'll get some direction and some movement. What is this? Let me make it black and make it a little bit lighter. I'm going to sketch something that I think will help with direction and movement. We'll have like a uh, horizon, a place where it exists. And we'll give it... No, no, hello, hello. In that whole problem with my Photoshop, my... Hello. Hi, Alan. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Death. My, I had a problem with Photoshop, and now my chat has disappeared. Okay, I fixed it. It looks identical. The screen looks identical, except the chat doesn't exist. And like, I'm still not, um, like when the chat isn't there, I don't automatically notice yet. So my apologies, I missed you guys. Welcome, welcome. It's embarrassing. I don't like when things go wrong. But what are you gonna do? Especially in streaming. Okay. And I think we'll, there we go. I think we will get that with a nice, come on, with a nice black outline. And that'll make it look a lot like, there's something, there we go. Like Taz is really moving. And we'll hide this, or we'll erase this other part. No, that doesn't look good. I draw this all the time with pencil. I think it looks great. I don't know why. Hmm. Oh well. We'll just do this instead. Nope. We'll just do this instead. A different this. We'll just go. See, it kind of looks good here. Anyway, we'll just go. Boom, 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 boom. There. That's the Tasmanian Devil. I did a little bit of a cheat, but I think this is him for sure. Let's pull him up and see how I did. Oh, I did not remember that he like stuck out of the top of it. Dang. I did a really good whirlwind, but not a very good Taz. What we can do is we can add a little bit over top. Let's see. So what's interesting about Taz is his face, right? If we look at this line's here, his face is like all of his body, right? His arms come out of where his ears would be. His hands are gigantic. I don't know why that is. Probably just to make him seem primitive. A lot of the times when you want someone to seem primitive. No, Tasmanian devils don't spin, but what they do is they get into fights. And the fights, they make that like noise that the Tasmanian devil makes. And they fight so much and they're hard to pull apart. So like you can't, they, that's what the reference is to. Like you don't want to reach inside like two Tasmanian devils fighting because they're really crazy. Okay, not terrible, not terrible. I like how you can see his hair in the, oh, his hair is in like the shape of devil horns. On a lot of cartoons, you just have the hair popping up in one direction. They don't usually do like cowlicks, but you can see here, he's got like devil horn hair. I think that's a really good uh, symbolism they did there. His eyes are like built to be angry. I guess he's a villain, right? Or he's like the Looney Tunes equivalent of a villain. His tongue, because he's a savage. Tasmanian devils are really interesting. They have been really helpful in our study of cancer. They're from Tasmania, right? And so they're a very unique animal because, like a lot of little island animals, they don't exist anywhere else and they don't have a huge, they're not really related very directly to other animals. Um, just in general. Okay. Well, I didn't realize he wasn't connected to the sketch underneath. We can make that happen. We'll connect them. There we go. So that's my task. Not bad, not bad. Man, I feel bad I missed Alan. He's always stopping in. Thanks a lot, Photoshop. All right, let's get ready for the next one. Man, I always get nervous at this part. It's so silly because, like, I'm just going to draw what I'm going to draw. Anyone have any hopes? Any suggestions? Any ones they don't want to see me ruin? Here we go. I'm going to spin the wheel. Everyone get your wheel eyes ready. Oh, snap. It's Tommy Pickles, y'all. I even said Tommy Pickles earlier. Here goes, here goes. Okay, now Tommy Pickles, I might do better. Ooh, Baby Kermit, that's a good one. I say this a lot, and it's not usually true, but Tommy Pickles, I might do better than a lot of them. Okay, so I know his head. I gotta get you back on Photoshop with me. There we go. I know his head is just pretty much round. I'm gonna guess his ears are just like cartoon baby ears. I know he's pretty much bald. There's a million ways you can be bald in a cartoon, right? You can be bald and have like a shiny head. He's not that. He's a baby. You can be bald and have like Homer Simpson hair. He's not that. That makes you an old man. Is he bald and he has like little sparse hairs? Like, let's say that feels right to me. Something about that is itching my brain. Now, I can't remember what the Rugrats in general look like, so I'm gonna give them like big sad baby eyes. Baby's eyes already are like bigger than average, so let's just assume. Let's decide that that's what his eyes look like. Just like big, soft baby's eyes. Well, the way I've drawn it here, it looks like he hasn't slept in 100 years. We'll we'll fix that when I do the actual outline. Hi, Stellafin. This is Tommy Pickles. No. Um, hmm. I wonder if the bottom of his head, if he has like a little chin. Because when I was drawing the mouth, it didn't look right. That looks a little bit better. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know if Rugrats might be old now. Okay, so I do know, because this is my style, is he has like a little neck. I don't know if he has a neck, but I do know his t-shirt like hangs loose and he has like little arms that come out, because this is how I used to draw every single t-shirt on everybody, and it was in part because of Tommy Pickles and Doug Funny that I used to draw like that. Oh, bye, Elstefan. Okay. He's looking like his brother, Dill. I don't know why I've twisted it like this. We can untwist it. Here, we can actually untwist it. You know, his shirt and his arms, I think they're a little too big. He has like a little baby belly and a diaper. I don't know how they decided to animate the diaper, uh, but let's just get it sketched out. I know that he reaches into the diaper a lot to get stuff out. That's like, you know how some cartoon characters like reach behind themselves and then pull out like giant hammers? That's Tommy Pickles does that, but instead of reaching behind himself, he reaches into his diaper. Uh, I'm gonna guess he has like the like big fat baby fat baby legs and feet. And now I just gotta get his arms right. I did those arms before, but they did not feel good. So I'm trying again. I think maybe his whole lower body is just too big. So while we're here and we can, let's just shrink that up, fix that a little bit. Yeah, okay. All right, now I'm gonna say since his legs feel right as this like kind of realistic baby leg, I'm gonna do the same for his arms. I'm gonna give him a screwdriver, like a little toy screwdriver, because he's always holding in the intro to the show. In a lot of episodes, he breaks out of his baby cage with that, with the screwdriver. What if he's going? Okay, so his thumb would be towards his head, and he's saying like, "Come on, guys, we can do it. Are we babies or are we men?" Okay, I am liking what I've got here. Up, bye, Elstephant. Hi, Stelliphant. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do the outlines. What would be inking if this was a comic, I think is what we would call this step. I guess he has a crop top. I am doing a little bit of a slop job on the ink, but that's okay. It's a sketchy style stream today. Are we babies or are we babies? Oof. My hands are all over the place today. They're over here, they're over here. I have the theme song stuck in my head. Bum 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 bum. That show was on, like, for most of my life. It was on relatively constantly, more or less constantly. Okay, I think I'll do one more after this. Yeah, a baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do. That is very Tommy. I love that his name is Tommy. It's such like a adult 1950s, like a guy's gotta do what a guy's gotta do sort of name. And then it's just a baby. You think he was named after Tommy Two Shoes? He's not wearing any shoes at all. To be fair, that is often how people named Two Shoes get their name, is because they don't have any shoes. Oof. All right. Might have drawn it a little small for the detail that I went with. That's okay. Man, he really looks... There's some... This can't be what his eyes look like. Let's work a little bit on the eyes. It's okay not to get something right. And it's okay to leave it, even if you know it's not right. Okay, that's a little bit better. It doesn't feel like an evil monster. Okay, this doesn't look right to me, but it looks a lot better than what I thought. Baby hands are so small. Do you think they have small baby hands for the show too? Probably. Okay. Well, sometimes when I go to zoom in, you like hold a button and then move left and right, and that zooms you in and out. And sometimes I go to do that, and for some reason the button and me clicking and dragging like don't happen in the right order, and I just go, whoop, and that always sucks. Okay, time to do color. I am pretty sure that Tommy's shirt is blue. So let's get that. Let's get that out of the way. I'm going to say his diaper is white because that's what colored diapers are. Pull-ups anyway. Huggies maybe. Mommy, wow. I'm a big kid now. I have a vague memory that the screwdriver is orange. This could be totally wrong. It's a plastic screwdriver in case anyone is worried that we're giving a baby a real screwdriver. Let's do a little bit more detail on the diaper because diapers have more detail than that. Okay. Oh man, what is the... Oh, Muppet Babies, la 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 la. I try not to sing too much because I know people have gotten their streams taken down for singing too close to a actual song. So sometimes if I sing more than like one or two bars, I will intentionally go off in a slightly different direction. I'm going to hide the white background so I can draw the white for go off queen for the diaper. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't always do this, but then if I copy it and go to use it someplace else, like for next week's thumbnail or something, then I have to do it then. So I might as well do it now. Gotcha. All right. And then I guess it's just Nickelodeon baby color. So if you've been here before, um, or not, because I do the same thing either way. Come on. I don't try to match flesh color. I do what I'm doing now, which is I use a pink, and then after it's in and on and down, then I go in and I just kind of slide the color adjusting sliders around to get it to match up to something that I think looks right. So what I'm doing right now is I'm filling in all the holes so that I can use the paint bucket. Did not work. Okay, what is happening? For some reason it's getting all the way, you see it's like, hmm. I wonder if I have this, whoops, if I put the white back in, if that'll make a difference. It did. Okay. There we go. That's closer. So that's escaping somewhere. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now, obviously, Tommy Pickles, or obviously, Tommy Pickles is not this sunburned lobster baby. So what we do is we'll lighten it up. Actually, that looks pretty good. We'll give it a little, we'll move it to a little yellow. Okay, I think this is as close as I'm gonna get to Tommy Pickles. So let's see what he looks like. Tommy Pickles. I don't know why I said Tommy twice. Tommy Pickles. Bananas. Okay, so first thing, I drew a much more clean, which seems silly, version. His head, way less round than what I did. But a lot of the key stuff is still there. His arms are shorter. His legs I got pretty close. Uh, Big eyes, yeah. Nose pretty close. Mouth totally different. So I guess I could fix the mouth. Well, hang on. Let's fix the skin. He's much more yellow. That's a good start. The shirt I got almost exactly. What? We could have done, is it just like a little bit lighter? No, a little bit more saturated. Yeah, that's close enough. Um, yeah, and then the other thing, the thing that I think will make a big difference is the mouth. His mouth goes from side to side. Yeah, already. That looks so much more like Tommy Pickles. Get some color in there. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, pretty close. We'll see. I will give it a spin and we will see what gets spun. I could respin. Did I do a girl this week at all? No, right? I can respin until we get a girl this time. It's too bright, too bright. All right. not bad. Let's move it on. Remove Tommy Pickles. Hold on for 1 second. Okay, so we're gonna spin. This is we're gonna spin. This is probably the last one. We're gonna spin until we get a girl because we haven't had a girl character yet this time. One more. Sorry, Phineas. We're going for a girl character as requested by the chat. I'm not sure. If someone wants to look it up and tell me if Courage is a girl, we'll do Courage. But let me spin again. Do we have girls on? Yeah, Peach, Cynthia. Yeah, there's girls. We might need to add more girl characters on. Let's give it a go. Male dog. Dang. Okay, thank you, Oddfud. Okay, maybe we'll gotta give it a shuffle. All right, let's try. This is it. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. I've not done this before. Okay. We can do Babs. Babs slash of Babs Bunny and not Buster Bunny. No relation. We will remove them. All right. I really liked Tiny Toons when I was young. Used to sing it all the time. And in this cartoony, we're invading your TV. I'm a turn. Elvira's unlucky. Whoops. And JoJo is insane. Here at Acme Acres, we're a whole wide world apart. I gotta stop. I'll get hit with yeah, yeah. Okay, so I have practiced drawing Bugs Bunny before. So let's do a Bugs Bunny face. And what's up, Doc? Chuck Jones is credited with making Bugs Bunny who he is. Mel Blanc for the voice, but Chuck Jones for the animation. So let's like what about bugs would change to make them young and girly? It's too bad I didn't get Bugs Bunny. This is looking great. Okay, so I assume that she has, hey, Jurassic World. So I'm drawing cartoon characters from memory. I have a terrible memory. And this is Babs Bunny from Tiny Toon Adventures. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. Jurassic World 95. I do. I was drawing on paper the first time you joined, and I think you've joined more than once. I think this is your third time. So I'll give her a bow. We'll give her face some more, not because she's a girl, but because she's young, we'll make their face. I would do this for Buster also, a little bit chubbier. Also, it's like definitely a kid's cartoon, and Looney Tunes originally was not a kid's cartoon. And kids' cartoons are just going to have, like, oh, have I been saying Buster? This is Babs Bunny. No relation. Okay. I'm like, I'm starting to think this is going to be good. So I do remember their bodies are tiny because of Tiny Toons. It's easy to remember. But also, I've always thought that their bodies were like proportionally very small compared to their heads. Now, they're meant to be like in some sort of school. I am going to like, what is happening? Up. Okay. I am going to go for not quite a school uniform, but sort of. Sort of a school uniform. Just because I have no recollection of what she's wearing. I would guess she's wearing a skirt, but that's it. That's as much as I get. Why did I hands? Okay, my hand is dying here. Not my hand. This hand that I'm drawing. Shirley the Loon. I don't remember. I mean, I know what a loon is, right? It's like a black bird. Hey, Masa. Like Masamula. Masa. Hmm. I thought I knew the name, and I do not. The name of the person from history. What kind of art do you do? What medium or genre? Either or. I bet you she's wearing sneakers, and it's late 90s, so I bet you they're high tops. Because those were what the adults thought kids thought were cool in the 90s. I didn't know any kids. I was a kid in the 90s. I didn't know any kids who thought um, portrait and enemy. I don't know. I know what a portrait is, and I know what an enemy is, but I don't think I'm getting the whole picture of what you're saying. Okay. I think, like, there's something off about the face. Maybe it's too big. Maybe it's just the shape. But I think this is as good as I'm gonna get. Oh, you know what it needs? For sure. Some eyelashes. And then I bet you she doesn't have like lips or lipstick. Uh, Even though I know that's really tempting for them to put on every girl character to make sure you know she's a girl. I hope her being pink and a child, they don't lipstick her up. All right. Yeah, what do you mean portrait and enemy? I'm so curious. Okay, so let's do some black outlines now. So I've not done, I draw people, but I have not done, well, a person's portrait. I do pet portraits and pet memorial portraits and stuff like that. And then I draw a lot of animals. Um, I only really do the cartoons because it's funny that I can't remember them. Here's Acme Acres, it's a whole wide world apart. Our home, sweet home, is a cartoon work of art. Ooh, sometimes do they have eyelids? I'm gonna do it. It wasn't, I didn't think so, but I'm gonna do it. Something is telling me she has eyelids. I bet you this bow is too big, but I'm not going back. I just have this song stuck in my, I'm really trying hard not to start singing it again. Okay, I don't think she has big teeth. Seeing them in black, maybe it's her chin that's too big. I'm gonna go with that. Some compromise. I don't remember what I was thinking for her shirt, so I'm just gonna kind of go for something. We'll probably do, let's do like a wide waist. Is that what it would be for the skirt? Like a big band. I made her hand look very much like a real bunny. It's a choice. I don't know what, I don't know what their hands look like, her hands look like. So I thought, probably can't go wrong with a bunny. And I bet you her legs are more stickish, so I naturally draw legs as little like triangle tubes or funnel, like very long funnels. It's just what I've learned to do. So instead I'll turn them into tubes here. Give her some high tops. And just have her be very standing with her feet pointing right out to the side. Something only cartoon characters do. Okay, let's bring that back. But let's get rid of this part. Forgot to do the nose. You know, okay. Eh, she looks weird to me, but let's keep going. There's no place like forward. What do they say? Don't let perfect be the enemy of the good. Or in this case, don't let a fear that you're drawing really, really terribly stop you from finishing. I think it's more baby pink. So I'm gonna come in and change this. Let's do it right now. Let's see. Let's get more of a baby pink. Something like that. Uh, okay, let's do that. I hope she's pink. She might be yellow and then all of her clothes are pink. I'm gonna do her pink and all of her clothes yellow. Uh, it might be the opposite. That would also make a lot of sense. Yellow and pink are really good for this type of character. I don't know what color her nose will be, her mouth, but let's get all of her fur. Ah, you know what? I bet you she has, like Bugs Bunny, white gloves on her hands. I just remembered. Yeah. What color should her sweater be? I know I said yellow, but let's make her sweater blue. It's too bright of a blue. Hmm, there we go. We'll do blue for her sweater, yellow for her skirt. I think she's too round. I'm not going to go change it, but I think she would be more straight up and down. I think I've given her too much of a body, too much like hips, too much body in general. Huh, not terrible. Not, I do not think this looks like her. I had such high hopes when we started because I was like, oh, I know Bugs Bunny, but this feels bad. So let's see what we see. Yeah, I think her body would be more like skirt, no, 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 no. Well, skirt, no, 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 no. Head. And I've done more like, but that's okay. Let's get to see what it is. Oh, she looks an awful lot like Tommy Pickles. Abs Bunny, Tiny Toons. Okay, okay. The bows are in her. Oh man, yellow and purple. Okay, I did not do bad. I did not do as bad as I thought. This makes a lot of sense that, because this is what Bugs Bunny looks like here in the cheeks, that it's white. I got the pink, okay, it's a little bit yellower. Yeah, this is what Bugs looks like. I forgot. Her mouth is just gigantic. Again, like the Tommy mouth. And then the shirt is long sleeved and it's kind of like floofy. That's, I wouldn't have thought of that. And no shoes, just giant bunny feet, which again, very much like Bugs, which I forgot about. Okay, not terrible. And then the skirt instead of pink. Yeah, so I bet you she doesn't have gloves. That's crazy. Buster, gloves. Babs, no gloves. Huh. Yeah, Bugs Bunny famously has gloves because he's like, he's modeled after a type of profession that has gloves. Let's save this. All right, thank you so much. We will do this again next week. I had a good time. Thank you for joining me. If you have any suggestions, let me know. We leave them in a comment on one of our shorts, and we will put it in the rotation, literally. I had some technical difficulties, but it worked out. I am not particularly proud of any of these cartoons. Tommy Pickles was okay. I do like the uh, Tasmanian, what's it called? Whirlwind. Arthur was all right. Oh, it got because it crashed out, I lost his glasses. This is like really early in the process. We don't even have um, his rocket. All right. Thank you so much once again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.